Last time we discussed Bible canon. Today, let's see another topic of great significance in church history, that's ecumenical council. It is said that knowing the truth is important, but defending it is extremely important. Church fathers and leaders boldly defended Christian faith in the early Christianity. In the early Christianity, there was severe persecution, but with the spread of Christianity and acceptance of it as official religion by the Roman Empire, persecution came to an end. During this time, there were many who stood firm in their faith, while there were some who deviated from their faith. Not only they deviated, but also they brought wrong teaching. This is where ecumenical council come into picture. Ecumenical council means a gathering of the church leaders who represent the united apostolic authority. Or we can say it's a general meeting. So the first one is mentioned in the Bible, precisely in Acts chapter 15, verse 2 to 35. This council is named after its location where it took place in AD 50 as Council of Jerusalem. The issue here was the early Christians were mostly Jews. With the spread of Christianity to the Gentile community, the Jews pressurized Gentiles to practice Jewish practices like undergoing circumcision and practicing the Mosaic law. While this error was resolved in this council, which took place under the leadership of James and Peter. This council, it was given a decree that Gentile community do not have to undergo circumcision or practice Mosaic law in order to be saved. Well, it was not the last of such council. There are 7 specific ecumenical councils which took place in church history. They are of great significance for Christianity. These ecumenical councils took place not only to address the wrong teaching, but also to resolve the issues which were happening in the church. So the first council was the first council of Nicaea in AD 325. There was a person named Arius. He was a church leader in Alexandria, Egypt.
Arius' heretic teaching denied the full divinity of Jesus, declaring that Jesus was not truly divine but was the first created being, stating that there was a time when there was no Jesus.
Many bishops gathered to address this wrong teaching Arius. Amidst of them, there was a young deacon named Saint Athanasius of Alexandria. He strongly defended Jesus' divinity, and then Nicene Creed, which is the fundamental basic of Christianity, was born. And few of the sentence, I think you might have also recited this. I will just read few of the sentence. It's like, the Son of God, begotten from the Father, before all ages, God from God, light from God, light, true God from true God, begotten, not made, of the same essence of the Father. In AD 381, the second ecumenical council, named as
the First Council of Constantinople, took place. It addressed the heresy of Macedonius, who taught that the Holy Spirit was a creature and not God. Saint Gregory of Nazianzus defended the Holy Spirit's divinity along with the other attendees, and the Nicene Creed was expanded to include a session on the Holy Spirit as follows. I believe in the Holy Spirit, the Lord, the giver of life, who proceeds from the Father,
with the Father and the Son is adored and glorified, who has spoken through the prophets. So these two together, the Nicene Creed, is the fundamental of Christianity and recited in most of the churches. The third ecumenical council was the Council of Ephesus in AD 431, which tackled the heresy of Nestorius. Nestorius is a person who brought in a new idea, claiming that Mary gave birth to Christ the man. So he denied Jesus' divinity. According to him, he said that Jesus has 2 independent natures, human and divine nature, which are loosely connected. And this council condemned the teaching of Nestorius. They affirmed that Jesus has 2 natures, that is divine and human. And Mary was given the title of Theotokos, which means God bearer. This council also condemned Pelagianism, according to it, which states that a person can achieve salvation through his own efforts without God's grace. And the fourth council was the Council of Chalcedon in 451, which addressed the heresy of Eutychus. He denied Jesus' humanity. So this was extreme end of Nestorism. According to his teaching, he said that Jesus has divine nature in which the human nature is absorbed by the divine nature. So only one nature according to the teaching of Eutychus. So this council affirmed that no, Jesus was truly God and truly man. Two nature without any separation, without any confusion, without any change, and without any division. Fifth Ecumenical Council is Second Council of Constantinople in AD 553. This council, in order to remove the earlier traces of Nestorism and Eutychus teaching, this council was brought in. Specifically, they condemned the writing of three people named as Theodore of Mopsiastia and Theodorus of Cyrus and Ibis of Edessa. So these three persons were already dead by the time of the meeting which this council happened, and the church, they are also known as the three chapters. So the church reaffirmed, or the church condemned all the teaching of Nestorism and Monophysitism. The Sixth Ecumenical Council is named as the Third Council of Constantinople, which happened in AD 680. It addressed the wrong teaching of monothelitism, which means that Jesus had only one will. But this council, they condemned the teaching and they reaffirmed that Jesus has two wills, divine will and human will, and two nature, that is divine nature and human nature. Then the last Ecumenical Council happened in Nicaea in AD 787, and it is named as Second Council of Nicaea. This council addressed the issue of icons and relics. The story behind it is that in AD 754, the Emperor Constantine V, he banned the relics and icons. He banned, so there was a persecution within the church. There was a period which is known as iconoclasm, means all the icons and all the relics were broken down. So after 34 years of persecution, council was gathered to address that icons and relics can be venerated or respected, but the adoration and worship only belongs to God. Second Council of Nicaea also addressed the wrong teaching of adoptionism, which means that Jesus was not the Son of God by nature, but he was adopted by God. And this teaching was condemned during this council. These 7 ecumenical councils played a significant role in preserving the Christian doctrine amidst of deviation and challenges. Knowing this will give us better understanding towards God's amazing work throughout the ages. Thank you.